This was one of the easiest hot spinach dips that I've ever made. It was really, really good. I hope y'all give it a try the next time you're in the mood for some spinach dip. In a pan, start off with about a half a stick of softened butter and as much spinach as you want in the dip. I used fresh spinach and it did take multiple handfuls. When you start sweating the spinach down, as it gets smaller, just keep adding some more until you get you a nice little small pile of it. You'll see how much to use, but just keep adding spinach. It took probably half of that container right there to get it sweated down. Now add in some whatever kind of garlic you want. This is just some squirt garlic I had. I tried to get a tablespoon. I had to get as much as I had out of there. I actually had to cut that thing in half and get everything out to get a tablespoon out of it. But put you some kind of garlic in there and get it on the stove and start sweating it down, and you'll notice how quick it will start to shrink. Add you some favorite seasoning on while it's sweating down and just keep stirring it. Add some more as it keeps getting smaller. And then once you have about this much, you're good to go. Get you some paper towels and line a bowl. Pour it into that lined bowl and let it cool for now. We're going to try to squeeze off a little bit of that fluid, a lot of that, a little bit of that water, but don't squeeze it all. But let it cool enough that you can handle it. Once it gets that cool enough to be able to grab it, just get some of that water out. Don't get it all because you're going to need it. You're going to be adding back heavy cream anyway, but you really wouldn't have had to drain it, but I did. Dump it into I used a metal bowl. You can do this right back into your pan if you want to, because you're going to be putting it back on the stove. That's what I probably should have done, but I stuck it in the metal bowl and I can still heat it up over the stove. We're going to add in 2 softened blocks of cream cheese, and you can tell these wasn't quite soft enough, so that's when I went to the stove. We're going to stick it on the stove on about, I don't know, medium heat. As long as the eye was hot, just keep it moving, and we're going to start adding in our cheese. We're going to get that cream cheese down soft. Add in your cheese. give it a nice little stir. Start to get everything melted together, and we're going to add in our Parmesan. I should have added a little bit more, but this is actually all I had, and it was like just pour the whole thing in there. So some heavy whipping cream, a little bit at a time. Do about I don't know, 1/4 cup or so at a time, and just keep stirring it until it gets a nice creamy consistency. Add a little more seasoning. This is my blend, so it's not so salty. A little bit more heavy cream because it needed to thin out just a little bit more. Keep stirring it if you're going to use that metal bowl on the stove so it doesn't stick. And all you're trying to do is soften it up. Put it in a greased dish. You're just going to dump it in there, and then we're going to get it flattened out, and we're going to add in a little bit of extra cheese on top. Preheated oven, y'all, 350 degrees, just until this gets a little bubbly and the cheese gets melted is all you need. And there it is, right in the oven. And this will absolutely be some of your favorite spinach dip because it is so easy to make. It does not take very long to make it, and everybody that tastes it will be glad that you brought it to the next get-together or ball game or whatever it was. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, y'all.